The Samsung Galaxy S9 is now official, and as Samsung likes to do every year, they release their phones in multiple colors. So let's take a quick look at all of the color options that you have for the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. So let's start with the most basic color option and probably the one that you're going to see the most out of all the colors. I'm talking about none other than Midnight Black. It's a color that Samsung has been using for quite some time now, and because it gives you that all blacked out look, it's easily the stealthiest color you can get. It's even more stealthy looking than the previous S8 or Note 8 because the metal frame is now completely matte black, whereas before the frame was a glossy finish. I'm a pretty big fan of the subtle change, and it's a safe color option as you can never really go wrong with black. Next up is Lilac Purple, and every year there's always at least one color that is the flashiest and most eye-catching, and Lilac Purple is the one for this year. It sort of reminds me of the purple LG V30 with how it has a slightly pinkish look to it, and it's also very vibrant at the same time. It wouldn't necessarily be my first choice, but overall it's a pretty good looking color and something that's a little different from some of the more standard colors that we're typically used to seeing. The third color option that you're going to have for the Galaxy S9 is Coral Blue. We've seen Samsung use blue plenty of times with their smartphones, and the shade of blue that they use seems to change every single year, and the S9 is no exception. I would say that this is a much lighter shade of blue compared to the blue we saw a few years ago on the Galaxy S6, and it's also not super vibrant like the deep sea blue from the Note 8. I definitely like the deep sea blue from the Note 8 a lot better, but this is still a pretty good looking shade of blue, and if you're a fan of blue, I think you'll be pretty happy with this color. Last but not least is Titanium Gray, and out of all the colors available, this one is definitely my favorite. I like this color because it's sort of a great in-between option. It stands out much more than the Midnight Black, but it isn't overly flashy like the Lilac Purple, and gray and black is a pretty good looking color combination in general. Unlike the Orchid Gray that Samsung used in the past, this doesn't have the hints of purple or anything like that. It's just a fairly standard shade of gray. The only downside is this color isn't coming to the US, and that always seems to be the case with every Samsung release. There's always that one color that doesn't make it, and more often than not, it's one of the better colors that they release. I've got my fingers crossed hoping that this is going to change, but for now this color is going to be pretty tough to get if you're in the US. But that's pretty much all the colors for the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. Let us know which one is your favorite down in the comment section below. And of course, keep it tuned here for more on the Samsung Galaxy S9 and the rest of our MWC 2018 coverage.